there is a lot of people who love to bash libertarians because they love to bash them because either they see a meme on their being liberal or being conservative page on Facebook that tells them to bash libertarians because this is the way libertarians think without actually fully looking into the libertarian political ideology, and or because they have a pure ignorance towards libertarianism without even knowing what it really is. Now, don't get me wrong, libertarianism, just like any other political ideology, does have its nooks and crannies that need to be fixed. Just like conservatism has its nooks and crannies that need to be fixed. Just like liberalism has its nooks and crannies that need to be fixed. So, all political ideologies, even independents like me, have a nook and crannies in our political ideology that need to be fixed. So all political ideologies have their nook and crannies that can be seen as a problem when someone is looking into becoming either an independent, conservative, liberal, or libertarian. But however, though, a lot of people bash libertarians and not even realize that everybody's a little bit of a libertarian themselves. They may not be 100% libertarian, but they're maybe, 25% libertarian, or maybe 50% libertarian, or maybe 5% libertarian. Everybody's a little bit of a libertarian, but maybe not 100% full on libertarian. Here's what I mean. I'm going to use shopping at a department store, for example, because I worked at a department store over the past holiday season from like the end of October to December 24th. And I got a taste of libertarian politics while working at the department store where I was at. Here's what I mean. Libertarians differ on laissez-faire. You have some libertarians that want purely laissez-faire, and you have libertarians that want laissez-faire capitalism. Regardless of how you look at it, libertarians like a laissez-faire or would love a laissez-faire economy in America because the freer the market, the freer the people. Well, when you shop at a store, you're experiencing laissez-faire policies right then and there because you know how much you have in your account, you know how much you can spend, you know your limit of how much money you could spend, but you're free to make decisions on what you buy so you don't go over your limit. Now, another example of laissez-faire while shopping at a store, in this example is that if you're a man or woman, you use deodorant because you don't want to smell like a sewer when you sweat. Believe me, men and women armpits reek when they don't wear deodorant. So, especially if they're athletes. But people wear deodorant so they don't smell bad. So you go to the deodorant department of, let's just say, Walmart, for example. You see all different brands of deodorant. And you see the prices. So you're trying to make sure to not go over your limit, but nobody's telling you that if you don't buy this brand of deodorant, that you're sexist or racist towards the other deodorants in the aisle. I know that sounds stupid, but I hope you get my point. So that's another example of laissez-faire shopping at the department store, is that you're free to make your intellectual decisions on your deodorant choice without being told which items to buy. And that's essentially what laissez-faire capitalism is that the freer the market, the freer the people, and the more intellectual decisions you can make on your purchases so you don't break the bank. Another example of libertarian policies while you're shopping is the limit of assistance in the store. This is another libertarian policy, is that a limited welfare state. Okay, now I'm iffy on this one, but a good example of a department store is the store and the employees are confident enough that you go into the store and you know what you want to buy. They're confident that you go into the store and that you know where their products are located. If not, an employee will willingly go up to you and help you find the product that you want. They're not forced to go up to you if they see you struggling looking for something. They might go to another person who's struggling looking for something. They're not forced to go to you. But that's an example of the limited assistance when you go shopping. So that's equivalent to the libertarians' version of limited welfare, is that if you work hard at a job, you wouldn't have to be on welfare, so therefore, the less assistance you get, the better it is for you economically. See, I'm iffy on this. It's 50-50 for me. It somewhat makes sense, but doesn't make sense on the other hand either. So I'm iffy on this one. Another example of libertarian policies while you're shopping at this department store, we already talked about the laissez-faire shopping experience. We already talked about the limited assistance shopping experience. And here's the other thing. A big thing with libertarians is that everybody helps each other out. Now, I kind of covered that with the limited assistance one, but I want to expand on it on my third point, is that you have employees that help each other out. Like, you can have let's use Macy's for example. You have two. Let's just say you have 4 employees, okay, and 2 of them are at the cash register, and they're ringing out a long line of customers, and the other people are bagging the products, and they're helping each other out. One is scanning the items, the other one's bagging the items. But let's just say these 2 people at the cash register, their lunch breaks are now here. Now they could ring out the rest of all the customers. However, though, the person who's bagging the item could say, "Hey, so and so, clock out, and I'll take the rest of the line." They're willing to take over the rest of the customers so they could ring them out and bag their items so the other person can take their lunch break. So that's an example of libertarian policy of people helping each other out. And finally, the fourth libertarian policy that I've learned while working at a department store the past holiday weekend is the limited role of government within the store. I know what you're thinking. There's no government rule at a department store. That's what libertarians want, a limited government. Now, a limited government that protects the the people, but doesn't control the people. That's what libertarians want. So, a good example of this at a store would be you have security cameras around the store making sure no one's shoplifting, making sure that no one's killing another person, and making sure that no one is harming another individual. Maybe not killing another person, but maybe not, beating them up. And so there's security cameras, and there are people, security guards, who their job is to get rid of these people who are making threats or who are causing trouble in the store, who are shoplifting at that as well. Now, other than that, does the store tell you what you should buy, when you should buy it, what you say, what you can say, what you cannot say, how to act, how not to act? They have a very limited role, and that's what libertarians want, a limited government. They don't want, some libertarians want no government, but most libertarians want a limited government that protects the people by night, but doesn't control the people. That's what stores do in a way. The stores protect the people, they make sure the customers are safe, but they don't control their customers. They don't control their customers. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys.